We're joined by the head coach of University of Tulsa men's basketball, Frank Haith, and boy, what an exciting time getting ready for Friday's opener, playing host to Jacksonville State. You've gone through 2 exhibition matches. Tell us what you learned about your team.
You know, first of all, I anticipated this group being one that would play hard, and we haven't disappointed there. And we talked about continue to create our identity and build on some habits. There's no question it got better from first exhibition game to second exhibition game. We saw the other last night where our habits were in terms of closing out and being where we need to be defensively got much better. We saw us rebound a little bit better. There's some positives, and there's no question. I thought we executed better second game than we did first game, and I think with a young team, that's all you want to try to do is see progression, see you get better each time out.
Anybody surprise you once the lights came on for exhibition games?
Well, I felt like Travis Atson and Martins were really, in terms of young guys, playing at a good level, and then to see them do it when the lights are on. We had a scrimmage, inter-squad scrimmage it was closed with Travis hit 27, he had 7 threes. So, but he had not done that yet in that first exhibition game. Obviously, we saw glimpses of it last night, and then I thought Martins has been a warrior for us. He's been a presence. He's been someone we can throw the ball to in the paint and have positive production out of him. He also has been a guy that, as a big guy, can make free throws. I'll knock on some wood here eventually, but he's been pretty consistent there, and I think he'll be a guy from a skill standpoint that can get fouled because he's burly, he's physical, he's not afraid of contact, and I think once he gets fouled, he can go to the line and make his free throws.
And you mentioned, of course, Igbanu, but Igbanu and Junior Etou kind of have the same body shape, a little bit different style of game, and Junior's played well for you, hasn't he?
He really has, and I think I've said this before. I think Junior could be our leading scorer, along with Pat Burke. I think both those guys potentially could be our 2 leading scorers, along with Jaleel Wheeler. I think all 3 of those guys are very capable, but Junior is a guy that can score on all different levels, all 3 levels, in the paint area, mid-range, and beyond 3. I think he possesses those qualities, and when you have that ability to be able to do that, you have ability to have a big night. And I think one thing for us to continue to emphasize with Junior that I don't think he knows how good he is. I mean, he is a capable guy of carrying a team, and he has that ability, and we need him to express himself and be a little bit more forceful in that regards, and that's going to take time as he continues to get comfortable with his teammates.
And of course, mentioning those guys, we're mentioning big guys along with TK Edogi and Gino Artisan, and you're clearly better inside in terms of being able to battle with the big guys, aren't you?
Yeah, we than the previous years, and the guys we had last year were very good, and DeAndre Wright and Brandon Swanigan and Rashad Smith. But I think the thing with this unit is that you have more guys. And we have more depth. Those guys had great careers. Smitty and Dre and Brandon. I see his development and what they did. And we redshirted TK. Would have helped those guys last year. But now with 5 legitimate post players to rotate, not having to worry about fouls, I think that's why it's better, just because of the depth of it. And that's a nice luxury to have. We go back to, I said this before, the Memphis game last year, and we struggle keeping big guys on the floor, and we got in a lot of foul trouble. And I think, hopefully we won't foul out all 5 of our big guys, but I think we have a potential to put guys in. We won't lose much when we substitute.
Yeah, you had 5 guards playing in that game against Memphis by the time it was all said and done. And speaking of guards, obviously when anybody went against TU last year, it was always about the guards. Shaq and Juice and Ray and Curtis. I mean, those guys are gone now. So now you're cobbling it together on the perimeter. How's that going?
It's going good. I think Sterling has made great strides from game 1 to game 2, and actually this spring and this summer, last spring and this summer. And I think he's getting more and more comfortable assuming that role of being a point guard and what he needs to do and getting guys involved, and he's worked on his shooting. I think he's done very well. Jaleel Wheeler, I think like I said earlier, be one of our leading scorers. Hopefully we get Corey Henderson back out there. Lawson and Travis, I think both guys will have moments. It's funny how and this is what freshmen are. At one point in time, one guy was ahead of the other, and now the other guy shifted, and now the other guy shifted. So they've shown they're both very capable. Joseph Battle, I think, is a good athlete, and he's going to only get better. And my son, I think Corey potentially could come in and give us some minutes there, and just being solid and playing tough, hard-nosed defense.
I know through 2 exhibition games you wanted to have it all set, right, all cobbled together, but it's going to be a work in progress for you, I'm sure, Coach. Trying to figure out all those combinations and who starts and who comes off the bench and who plays well with it. I mean, that'll continue through Friday and for a few games, I'm sure, huh?
Yeah, there's no, it's impossible when we feel like we had a good recruiting class and signed guys that are very compatible and level of play. And that's why we played all of our guys. And I just mentioned all of our guys.
Yeah,
so, just we don't know yet. And I think that's going to take some time to figure that out and who plays best with who. And the minutes, I think we got a somewhat of an idea of a rotation going into Friday. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it will be come January or February. I really believe that with this team. I think we've got that kind of competitiveness within our infrastructure and our team. And we got guys that are that are going to get better as the season progresses.
Yeah, part of the fun maybe of putting together a young team as you get ready for Friday. What are you suspecting the excitement level will be like Friday as these guys, maybe, obviously a lot of them for the first time will put on a TU uniform in a game where the lights are at their brightest. I mean, these games count now starting on Friday. What do you suspect that excitement level will be like?
I think they'll be very giddy. I think they'll be very excited as across the country. I mean, everybody's kicking it off on Friday, and we're going to play a team that's going to be tough and hard-nosed, and they got another little guard, Tucker. I've been watching him on tape. He's outstanding. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, and it comes fast and furious. We've got Friday, then we play next Tuesday at Wichita State, and we come back here in another game on Saturday, and our schedule in November is pretty tough with Oklahoma State and Oral Roberts, and I think Oregon State. I don't know if that ventures into December,
right.
But we've got a tough schedule coming up here, and so we've got to get our guys ready.
And we urge fans, of course, because season tickets are still available, obviously, at 918-631-GO-TU or TulsaHurricane.com. Really excited about the season. I know you are. We'll look forward to seeing the team on Friday. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Bruce.
The head coach of University of Tulsa men's basketball, Frank Haith. We'll see you Friday at the Reynolds Center.